Good morning. I'm happy to be here this morning. I see familiar, friendly faces in the group. I'm very excited about that. I think we're going to have a fantastic, very productive day today. My name again is April Miller. I'm Vice President of Instructional Design with MBA Research and Curriculum Center. MBA Research is a nonprofit organization. We were founded back in 1971. And the mission from the very start has been to support teachers in preparing students for careers in business and marketing. So supporting teachers such as yourselves in educating these young people. What that means is that we develop instructional materials for you to use in the classroom. We develop assessments. We've developed the national standards for business administration, and we do work with clients such as the Ohio Department of Education to assist them with their state standards and courses as well. So MBA Research is owned by a consortium of 31 state departments of education all around the country. Ohio is one of the states that's part of that consortium. We host an annual conference somewhere around the country each year. We call that our conclave. Ohio took the name from us, not the other way around. And typically we have a member of the Ohio Department of Education at our consortium representative meetings there at our conference. We also have teachers from Ohio and all over the country that come in for those days of professional development. Our relationship with the Ohio Department of Ed has it's more than a decade old. We were brought in back in 2005 to develop the standards that resulted in the great big binders that you had that had the competencies and descriptors and so on. Then when it was time to revise those standards and collapse them down into something a bit less wieldy, ODE did ask us to come back in and do that research as well. So as Jerry said, we did conduct loads of primary and secondary research, met with business professionals to hear what's going on in the business world so we can ensure that the standards reflect the skills and knowledge that employees need today and in the future in the business world. Then we brought in teachers such as yourselves to help us to develop courses based on those state standards. We're now at a point where it's time to build out those courses even more. And so what we're going to be doing today is giving you the opportunity to work with your colleagues to build out materials that you'll be able to share with each other so that you don't all have to start from scratch back in your classrooms. I mentioned that MBA Research has developed and continues to develop just loads of instructional materials, fantastic things that you'll find very helpful, I think, as you develop your materials this afternoon. How many of you have been to the MBA Research website before? Oh, excellent, excellent. And how many of you have what we call a States Connection account? Just a few of you. Okay, well, I'm glad to see that many of you do have a States Connection account, and if you don't, you're going to want to sign up for one this morning. What we have within MBA Research are individual pages specific to each state. Each of our member states has its own page. Ohio has its own Ohio States Connection page. And on that page are materials that are available to all teachers within that Ohio free of charge. So if you haven't done so already, if you could direct your computer or your tablet, your cell phone to mbaresearch.org, that would be fabulous. I'm going to walk you through how to sign up for a States Connection account. If you already have one, fantastic. You can sign right in. But for those of you who don't have a States Connection account yet, let's get you signed up so that this afternoon, when it's time for you to get down to work developing your lessons, you'll have access to those materials. So if you look at the quick links on the far left, the second to last item there is States Connection. Click on States Connection for me. That should bring you to a screen like this. You can click on Create an Account, and then you'll be provided with some prompts to provide information to get signed up. You will not have immediate access to this password protected page when you sign up. Since we have a separate page for each state that's part of our consortium, we have to verify that you're teachers within that particular state before you can get access to the materials that Ohio has arranged for you to access through States Connection. So provide the information that's requested, submit that, and then what's going to happen is you're going to get an email back asking you to explain what school you're located at, what city you're located at. There's going to be a couple of steps that go on. Then you're going to get a password and log in so that you can get into the system. So there's somebody back at our office right now who is ready and waiting to process your registrations. It will take her a few minutes, given that we have such a large crowd, for her to do this confirmation process. That's why I ask you to do this now, so that this afternoon you will have everything set to get into that system. This afternoon, Brenda will walk you through some of those different items and point out some that will be especially helpful to you with financial accounting. Again, I want to welcome you all here. This is our fourth workshop. No, fifth. All right, we're on to number 5 of our tour of Ohio. If you have any questions about MBA research throughout the day, you can grab me or ask Brenda. There's also a good deal of material in the folder that you received, one at the table. It's over on the right-hand side. You can find out more about MBA research.